Polar Star Dormitory. C. Cooking Novice Dormitory. Or D. Buns and Thighs Dormitory.
What is What's clapping, everybody? Welcome to Anime Intervention. This is episode 19. I'm your host, BMG, here with my co-host, my brother, Clean Bean, back at it again.
What's good?
We are here today to talk about Isekais, but we're going to talk about it in a little different way. Are there too many? Let me ask you that question, Clean Bean. Are there too many Isekais?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, let me hear your reasoning.
I do think that isekais are a new genre that's being introduced into anime. Now,
I wouldn't really say new.
I wouldn't say like new, but like it's getting pushed so heavily. Within the past
exactly.
couple 10 years. I do consider it to be a very good genre.
How would you describe Isekais? Just for anybody who's not aware of it.
Yeah, for anyone that's not aware of what an isekai is, or it's essentially when a main protagonist is either transported or reincarnated into another world that is different from their original world. Things from, law, society, magic, or how the world is structured, the countries, the topography, all of that.
Yep.
Essentially everything is completely different from your world. Just with different people, maybe, possibly, as well. Maybe different races. Maybe there's orcs, or there's elves, or there's, I don't know, demons.
Magic.
Or magic, yeah. Basically, the main thing is the protagonist gets into another world.
Yeah, I think that's what Isekai actually translate to, is like another world or something like that. I have a stat dump for you, since we're talking about too many Isekais. You said yes, I agree, but I have some information to give to the audience as well as you. I don't know if I give you this information yet, but
Okay.
within the last 10 years, estimated roughly, 100 to 120 Isekais have been released. That's the last 10 years, so that's back to 2014. All right? There was a spike in Isekai that happened starting in 2016 up until 2022-ish, the end of 2022 to 2023. And that's when we were getting like 10 to 15 isekai a year, to the point where there was like seasons where there would be like more than 2 isekai airing at the same time. Like there would be like 3 or 4, sometimes 5. I think there might have been 6 at some point.
Yeah.
If you're wondering where I got these stats from, I went and counted myself. There's no site for you to go look this information up. No, I literally went and I was like, let me look through all these seasons right quick, all the way from back then, 10 years ago. And I was like, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro,
You went through
the numbers
mile.
are crazy. I went through them. Now, to be fair, I know we're talking about isekais lately and everything, but the definition, even though we kind of just defined it, it is very loose in terms of where the frame is. If you take the boundary of isekais, because for example, if we take something like Overlord, right?
Yes.
Overlord is an isekai. People might say, oh, no, because he's just literally playing a video game or whatever, and he just gets stuck in it or whatever. That's still in the lens of an isekai.
You're still within a new world, and
Yeah.
not to mention it becomes, I guess, his home world in a way, because you're stuck in it. We've seen
Correct.
similar tropes like this. Like, we can talk about Shangri-La Frontier. We can talk about SAO.
You know what?
But you're not stuck in it.
You're not stuck in it. So I'll give it a
But
pass though. Sword Art Online, I'll say is an isekai.
we
because
could
you're stuck
say
in it.
Sword Art Online is an isekai. Shangri-La Frontier, I want to say,
I'll still
is
call
like-
it.
I'll still call it.
I'll still call it an isekai. I just won't say that it's like them being transported out, because
Yeah.
they do kind of in a way. But like, simply the medium is being expanded to the point where you're able to experience the other world while also experiencing your current world. So, but it's still another world in and of itself. So maybe that still falls under the genre. But that's what I mean. Like, it's so loosely interpreted
No,
that I decided
see
to include that in my estimate when I was like doing the count, because obviously we're going to talk about this later on. But like, why Isekai even blew up in the first place and what really propelled it forward. But before we even get into that topic, let me ask you. All right, what do you think? And this is a very broad question, but I want to see what you have for me. What do you think made Isekai so popular?
Well, I do want to say it starts with the exploration aspect of it. Okay, you're within a new world, and it's completely different from your world, obviously, but also you get to see the protagonist go into a different world with hope. I've realized like there's a common theme of a lot of these main characters, they don't really like their lives currently within their old world. Now, I've seen a couple of them where it's like they're enjoying their lives,
everything's
lavish,
fine.
everything's completely fine, and then they get transported out of nowhere, and it's like okay, like another one would be oh my gosh, I forgot that one with something company, the guy that was literally rich, extremely rich, and then he became like dirt poor and ended up working in a dungeon. And there was like
I forgot that one.
There was like a small girl that was like a dragon, but with pink hair, and then there's like a lizard man guy. Like that one was hilarious. I think it was like Meiku Company or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
I know you're talking about though.
That's an example of like when they had it all, and then all of a sudden they're trying to build it back up within another society.
Yeah.
But majority of those MCs, they've lost it all. Like they've lost it all, or like everything went bad in their life, and now it's like, okay, to top it off, you died. Whether it's from, I don't know, truck coming at you 90 miles per hour, or you just, I don't know, flew off a building, or I don't know, bro. Oh yeah, Dungeon Black Colony or Company, I believe. But
like that,
it basically shows that now you have some hope for a new life, to like restart, to follow your ambitions. You have no limitations anymore, or like even with family. But it's sad to say, but like sometimes they can be very restricting when it comes to the characters flourishing. I don't know if it's like based off of how they grow up, or like maybe some people have doubted them multiple times.
Oh, you're just trying to say like their family?
Yeah, like sometimes their family.
Yeah.
The family dynamic is terrible, and like now they want to go somewhere that's free.
Yeah, so they're able to do their own thing. And
exactly. So it's like that freeing aspect that you're able to do whatever you want. I believe that can possibly withdraw people. Like it's like draw people.
Draw people in. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I'm in agreement there. I think there's a bit of what I would call escapism. And it's like it's double escapism, because all right, so think about it in this light, right? You are you, and you're growing up, and you have these daydreams of you being a superhero, of you being, some savior who saves the day, right? Or you're some guy who's rich, or you're some guy who is flourishing like the celebrities and the actors out there and everything. But either way, you're still imagining yourself separate from the current world, from your current world, right? It's an entirely different scenario. So, I think that fantasy is what gets played on here in anime. You're seeing it in these isekais. You're seeing the person, the main character, kind of like you. They don't really want to be where they are, or they want to be somewhere better. So they end up somewhere better. Obviously, it's not within their fantasy in terms of what they were actually imagining, but they end up getting there regardless. So I think that's what it is. It's escapism, but it's like double escapism. Because you as the person who's watching, you're actually trying to escape reality by watching this entertainment, while you're also watching somebody escape reality. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like double escapism. It's cool, but I think that's part of it. I think that's part of the reason. There's a couple other factors too. I think I do like the idea of starting anew, because there's a difference between escapism and starting anew. Two different things, right? Starting anew opens up, as you said, so many opportunities, right? So if you like failed in the last world or whatever, then you're probably not going to fail here. If you know the mistakes that you made and you have all that experience, you could just move into the world and use what you learned to become even better. Because that's kind of how it is in Isekais. I don't know if you like for example, let's use like one of my somewhat favorites, Moonlit Fantasy.
Yeah.
The guy knows archery, the main MC. He knows, like in his world, he knew archery so well, and then he brought that with him, that knowledge, and it ended up propelling him forward. So he was able to use archery with the magic.
Yeah, with the fire
And everything. That's cool. That's another way of basically taking the experience of the past or of what you've experienced and bringing it into the new world. So that's cool. But I think that's what it is too as well. Like that type of semblance of understanding that you bring to the new world is is where I think the viewer, us, the viewer, will relate or try to relate, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to escape in that way. I don't know if you agree with that.
No, I definitely agree. We are definitely trying to escape in some way, shape, or form, you know. But at the end of the day, I think we kind of view the protagonist as like the fire starter. If that makes sense.
The fire starter. What do you mean? What do you mean by the fire starter?
More like what he goes through, or what he or she goes through. Usually, we resonate with, and then we take it, we digest it, and we start anew. The same way that we do, I feel like, in life sometimes, in a way.
Okay.
Like, when something terrible happens, like, God forbid, but like, something bad happens and we're trying to reset and come back to a, medium. We try to build, like, a new start, if that makes sense. I know people, they move to other states and, like, they want a fresh start from everything. Maybe they, I don't know, had a bad relationship with their friends.
Or some boyfriend, and then they end up getting dumped, and they're like, I don't want to be in the state anymore, and they leave. Wait, hold on.
Okay, I didn't say all that. I did not say all that. Who are you talking about?
No. I listen, I had like a flashback for something. It's not for me. Not for me. Listen, I know people. All right, I know people who experienced that, bro. They,
Okay, and they need Jesus. Like, damn, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
That's just how it is, bro. That's just. And
maybe a new start. Okay.
But that's it. They looking, like, as you say, they look for that new spark.
Okay. Yeah. I do have one question for you, though.
Okay. All right. Hit me up with a question.
So, you know how they're basically either short or long, usually?
You mean the isekais themselves, like in terms of length?
Yeah, they're usually. Okay. I want to see, like, do you prefer the ones that are like shorter or the ones that are longer, like that can extend the story a little bit?
Okay, so we did talk about this topic back in, I forgot which episode it was, way back when. Yeah. But the idea of having more episodes will always satisfy me. I will always prefer it depending on the pacing. Now, the pacing can be slow, but things can be happening. So there's a difference with that. But I'll always enjoy longer paced animes or longer settings, right? Like 24. Because of the fact that we're able to dive into the lore and have that time to stretch it out. We can look at the information that's being processed and given to us and actually have a lot more time with it, as well as time with the characters, and that gives them more time to shine, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like my 12s, but if they were to do, like, let's say they were going to split it in half and do something like Moonlit Fantasy or whatever, where they have like one part of the season at the beginning of the year and the next part at like 2 seasons later, that I'm okay with. But like the whole release a season and then see if it does well and then come back later in like 3 years.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not really a big fan of that. But obviously there's other underlying factors that come into play, like funding, etc., etc. But that's a good point to bring up, because speaking of the fact that there are so many isekais, right? Clearly, a lot of them are they're just trying to get out there. Because they're trying to, one, milk and get that money, and two, actually set a story to the point where it can be done so well that people actually gravitate towards it, and then they can continue to milk more money. So, exactly. So when you have that, it's a little bit different from you take a look at what's it called? I'm gonna say like Mushoku Tensei, for example, right? That's an isekai where I can simply say that there was a lot of effort put into what was done there for the first season, for the second season, even the third season. Regardless of how long it was, you could see the effort and you could see the animation quality was definitely top tier. You could tell the money was put into this. Obviously, a studio that picked it up, really good studio. I forgot the studio's name, but they knew what they were going to get out of that because they saw what happened with the light novel. And I'm going to be speaking about the history of this later on, but that type of momentum going into the anime is what I think we're talking about now in terms of length, where maybe sometimes that doesn't matter because we already know what's coming. You know what I mean? But a lot of these isekais that I'm seeing, we might like a few of them, but then all of a sudden they get scrapped.
Yeah, some of them get scrapped. Some of them they'll get like maybe another season and it ends up being bad. It's like the second season they dropped the ball because they were looking for like that traction to help them.
They're trying to copy and paste. That's the problem.
That's the problem for me too. It's like, listen, I want you to be authentic to what your vision is going to be, and if you can't create something that's, within the lines, or like if you're gonna do something that's a very very similar topic, you have to show me that you are different in a way. You also have to show me that you're going to extend the story. It can't be just within one area, because you got to think about this is a new world. The term is isekai. That's why I'm always for those, like, those longer isekais, is because you have so much to work with if you like extend it that way.
It's a new world, so there should be a lot there. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why I'm wearing this cap right now, because Slime is a perfect example of a new world, of another world, where things are so in depth and the lore is so deep that you could have season on top of season on top of season on top of season, and you can just keep going, because, I mean, there's obviously a storyline to it. But as you're seeing with, I don't know if you watched the most recent season of Slime, it's done, I think I'm on episode 23, I just haven't finished it. But I read it, so I already know what's happening. There's a lot that happens there in terms of politics, in terms of just the kingdoms and the countries and borders and just everything in the world is so deep rooted. They have so much to work with. You know what I mean? The isekai's got to go the same way. You got to have a storyline that's grounded in deep lore. Lord of the Rings style lore. Like, it's got to be that deep.
Lord of the Rings style.
That's how you'll pull me in.
That.
That's how you'll pull me in. Because Mushoku Tensei does something similar as well.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Shield Hero. They do very similar world building tactics, and I like that. And I think that's how you also roll people in, besides having really good characters. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Like,
but can I? Oh, wait, no.
Well,
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna mention the trope of like the MCs coming in and like introducing like new technology, or even,
I was gonna ask you that. I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, what tropes do you think are like the copy paste?
I have a
tropes,
list, bro. First, well, we could just start from just straight up long ass names.
Oh, like in the
in the title, like, I got reincarnated in this world and I'm a level 100. Now I have to reach this and that. Like, I'm like, bro,
dude,
calm down.
Just give me one name.
Give me one name. Give me like, I don't know, at least 3 words, and at most 7, maybe 6.
Nah, I think I'm gonna say the limit is 5.
You know what? Yeah,
I'll
5.
say 6.
6, 5, whatever. One of those. Because why am I reading a whole entire synopsis as a damn title? That doesn't make sense to me, man. It's the first thing.
Yo.
Secondly, well, Truck-kun, I'm always gonna like Truck-kun. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, we gotta let Truck-kun have it. Sadly, I mean,
it's always, to me, hilarious. I don't know why, but you can find different forms of, like, death. Like, you have train, you have, a couple people maybe got shot or stabbed or hit this or that. So it's not like Truck-kun has been the only form of death, but it's definitely
like the most popular most popular choice to be hit by a freaking truck.
Yeah.
What is this, Final Destination?
I guess.
It wasn't a truck in that. It was a bus, right? Yeah, it was definitely a bus. But yeah, either way, still, like, damn. What others you got on there?
I got overpowered main character.
Okay.
Most likely a world filled with magic. Or we have 2 where the main character is reincarnated as a hero or a demon lord. We have the MC somehow having a harem out of nowhere.
That is literally almost every single one of them.
That's what I'm talking about. And then I think another one would be the MC tends to make friends very easily. I don't know what it is.
Oh, very fast, yeah.
Like,
very gravitational, right?
Very, very fast. It's almost as if, like, I don't know, I don't want to say, what do kids say nowadays? Aura? Yeah, like your
Bro, his
aura.
Basically, he's just walking around with legendary Riz. This bro has an aura and Riz. He went to like 3 different Riz universities. He got like 7 degrees in Riz. That's basically what it is.
That's basically what it is. Like, you have like a couple of them, they'll do, and it's like, okay.
See, what the fuck, bro?
It's like, why would you have him be so favorable, or like say? I've seen them do it with female leads sometimes, but they mostly deal with the male leads.
It's mostly the male. It's mostly the male leads. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm like,
and they be having PhDs in Riz, 100%.
I'm confused. I'm like, where did he get this sauce from? Like, how did you become this saucy?
And honestly, it's even worse when in the previous world they're like completely trash. They're absolute garbage. Like they're not even good at talking to females at all. And all of a sudden they get into this new world and it's like he has got the biggest in the world. That is not how it works.
It's like I don't have to say anything. Like they acting like they got motion. Like, no, you don't have motion, man. You're not moving anything. You broke. You just got to a new world. Yo. What you gonna give them? Pennies? Yo, here's some Abraham Lincoln.
That's crazy.
Who is this man? I don't know who he is.
No, sorry, that monetary stuff doesn't work here.
Exactly.
That's just different. But nah, that's actually funny. That's an interesting trope too. But every single girl is, and you already know how harems work. We don't have to discuss this. Somehow they're gonna end up in a bath with each other. Somebody's gotta wash somebody's back.
Yep.
I don't know how, but it's gotta get done. How are you gonna clean the back? They don't got no back scrubbers.
They have back scrubbers, so I don't understand. It's just like, do you mind washing my back, bro? Do it yourself. No, you're not useless, man. You have hands. Okay, I'm really sick and tired.
Yeah,
of
you know they have hands.
Bro.
They're trying to use the hands for something. That's for sure. But
hands for what? Hands for what?
Another trope, and you already touched upon this. With the world having magic, but not just that. It's the RPG mechanics that are included in that. I gotta level up. Oh, I got this skill, that skill. This skill leads to that skill. All of a sudden, we got skill trees now. For some reason, there's digital menus that you could touch. What? What world is this? How do you just open up a menu? Like, okay, all right.
Has a whole interface.
Like we playing freaking Elden Ring in real life. But that's an interesting trope that it's funny because solo leveling is not an isekai.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's wait. Oh wait, no, it's not.
It's not because everything happens in the same world.
Wait. But no. But isn't it dimensions? Like separate dimensions when you're entering? Because remember,
you're talking about the dimensions that open up. But remember, those dimensions were all part of the same. Well, you don't know this yet because you probably didn't read. You didn't read solo, did you?
Yeah. No.
Oh, you're right. I probably shouldn't be talking about this. I ain't spoiler alert, but I'm not spoiling for you. But legitimately, it like all happens within the same world. Like it's the same universe. Like basically, like there's no like it's created within that, but it's really not any different. It's interesting. You'll get to that. New season's coming out in January. We're gonna have to talk about that later on. We'll have an episode for that. But it's interesting how the entire concept of just solo leveling exists within the same world, even though they're going in the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna look into that.
You look into that definitely.
Sure.
But yeah, I think Reincarnation would probably be another trope that I'd say is the most used. Because like you said, Truck-kun, they die. The second most would be summoning.
Oh yeah, summoning. I forgot. Like what's that one? How to not summon a demon lord.
Yep, like that one.
Like that
Get
one.
summoned, or that's how to not summon a demon lord. But for some reason, you're getting summoned from another world, so you could be a hero to defeat the demon lord.
Yep.
And you're like, Why did you summon me? Because we need help. I'm like,
It's like, bro, I was just in class.
I was just in class. I
Like,
was
bro,
just taking a test, bro.
I got a basketball game tomorrow. Like, what are you doing, man?
I gotta graduate. No, you can go back after you kill the demon lord, and then you end up staying there because you got to fight the demon lord, and it's gonna take you like years to train. The demon lord is like in a different continent, and he hasn't even attacked yet. You got to focus on training. So it's like, all right, how does time work in this world compared to my world? Is it like 5 years here? Is like 1 minute there? Like, how does it work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they used to. I believe there's a couple of them that actually dive into that time.
Yeah.
But a perfect example of like that summoning would be that that what was it, that one isekai with the healing, the guy that uses
the healing magic. Yeah, yeah.
How to use like
how not to use healing magic.
Yeah,
I like that one. I actually like that isekai.
Yeah.
You know I like that one too, right? It's because of the fact that it's not using the same tropes of harem. Absurdly overpowered. Well, to be fair, he is kind of overpowered, but he doesn't get there immediately. He has to work his way there, so he doesn't start off super strong. And even though, and they play off of this, even though I excluded the harem, but the girl, the heroine, the one who went to the world with him, how she like literally tries to flirt with him all the time, and he just shrugs it off. He's just like,
just
nope,
like, what are you talking about?
not for me. Like that for me was like, yes. I mean, to be fair, I want him to get the girl, but the fact that they were doing something different with that was cool. I was like, yo,
yeah, it's like
keep
it's
doing
not
it.
automatic like
Automatically
good,
gets
man.
it.
Like,
yeah, I want there to be some progress and some actual effort in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it can't just be a joke about love and her love for him. Like I want to see progress. So
thank you.
but that's why I like that one. I lost my train of thought. Where am I going? Oh yeah. So this is another reason why I think that isekais tend to pull people in. They gravitate to it a lot. I think it's the comfort. Excuse me. I'm trying to word the word. Comfortability. There we go.
Yes.
And the reason why I say this is because the isekais have been churned out so much that they're practically predictable.
Yes.
You can predict everything that happens in these isekais because every single one has like the same string of plot, same string of characters that you meet, same string, everything. And there are some people who like that. We did talk about that previously. Yeah. I remember one episode you mentioned it. I forgot what the wording was for the definition of somebody who continues to gravitate to the same fairy tale.
What's an archetype?
An archetype, right?
Yeah, you have an archetype for like different forms of storytelling. Like I know like you have the prince comes and saves the princess here and there, or maybe it's an individual woman that I don't know becomes independent and it's not nurtured. Like we see that with like a Rapunzel story, like where you're stuck in a tower and you can't do anything. We have the rich person dates the person that's like of poor commonwealth, like, and it's like, okay, y'all shouldn't even be together. Like this is foul. This isn't for society.
That's some K-drama type. Right?
Yep, that's some K-drama. K-drama type.
But that's exactly what I think it is. It's the comfort factor of it. You're watching. There are people who, I mean, you compare it to like, let's say, all right, Christmas is coming up, right? There are people who are going to always watch Christmas movies, but they're going to watch specific Christmas movies. They're comfort Christmas movies. They put them in the mood that they're always enjoying. I think it's the same thing with isekais, It's like a kind of like a year-round, you get to watch the same show just in a different format. Or not different format, but different medium. And you get to see the same things happen to the point where it makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Like you feel your heart warmed when you see that the outcome that you thought was going to happen actually does happen. And you see everything that happens in between. Sometimes it might be a little bit different, but the outcome's still the same. And I think that's why everybody like always like goes towards isekai as well.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah. So yeah, we talked about the most overused tropes. So what do you think about isekais that have pushed the way forward? We talked about the 110 to 120 isekais that came out in the last 10 years, but which isekai do you think really propelled the wave?
I want to say right now You said it was like it reached a peak in 2016, right?
The
20.
peak was 2016. Yeah, that's when it started. When the mass wave of isekais actually started churning. Like it was already coming out the years before that, but like that's when it was like shuffling.
Yeah, shuffling. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's between Overlord and probably I don't know. I guess the Overlord is the first one that comes to mind,
Right?
for me. Yeah.
You know what it is for me? Sword Art Online.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay, I can kind of see it.
The reason why I call Sword Art Online the catalyst is because even though it is classified as an isekai because he's stuck in another world, yeah. But Sword Art Online was so popular that it set up a string of different things. And you got Log Horizon, of course, and you got all the light novels that started after Sword Art Online were literally isekais, like a lot of them. Let me give you these dates real quick.
Okay. No, I can see it. There's like earlier ones than
So,
that too.
Slime, the first novel for Slime was released in 2014. The first novel for Mushoku Tensei, even though it took so long to actually come out, released in 2014 as well.
Dang.
Yep, exactly. And Shield Hero, the light novel, or the novel, released in 2015. And these were hits.
Okay.
These were hits. These popped off.
All right. Yeah, you might have a point. Like I'm not saying like, okay. I'm not saying Sword Art Online is like grandfather, but it definitely.
No, it's not. Because you could argue that like what, even Digimon is technically an isekai.
You could say what was that one?
Code Lyoko's an isekai.
Familiar Zero. That one. The one with the pink haired.
Yeah. What do you
And-
think about?
Yeah, the Familiar Zero. I think it is, or the Familiar of Zero.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
That
about. Yeah.
one, like
that one.
even that one
That
is an
counts.
isekai.
I think ReZero is the one that actually started at the beginning of the giant wave. That's why a lot of people tend to give ReZero the props of starting the wave, because it literally was 2016 beginning, sometime in between. I think it's beginning middle of 2016. ReZero came out, and after that it was like isekai galore. But ReZero was probably the first isekai where it was like taking a different road.
Yeah,
It was like, oh, this is dark. The themes were different.
this is dark. The MC's not overpowered. He has to
Nope.
actually use his head rather than, I don't know, be favorable in like situations, or just like, I don't know, everyone likes him, or like it's more of you have to go in the deep trenches. And it looks like his life was worse than it was in his previous life. Like, dang,
Way worse.
way worse.
It's the complete opposite, and that brings me to another question I want to ask you. And you did say the fact that there are so many isekais, it kind of helps the genre. Why do you think that's the case?
I mean, you're gonna be able to bounce off of each other with creativity. Now, I'm not saying steal content, but
It's
more
like
of,
what not to do.
yeah, what not to do. But more of you have plenty of examples of like anime that have flourished and anime that haven't flourished.
Okay.
So when you have those examples out, it should hopefully create a new wave of animes that are good. Now it's going to be hard because that also limits the scope of what you can do, because you're always going to have people that are going to be like, well, nah, you basically are this anime, or like, yeah, you're essentially ReZero, or you're the one that's reincarnated as a sword. Well, now you're just reincarnated as a bow and arrow. Like, well, what's different from you?
Reincarnated as a vending machine.
Reincarnated as a vending machine. Like, stuff like that you hear and you're like, okay, that's ridiculous. It's different, but it's also ridiculous at the same time. So you have to like test. You have to run through your tests. You have to experiment a little and see what can gravitate towards the fans.
Okay.
That's why I feel
the reason why I asked you that question is because my train of thought was kind of along the lines of, oh, okay, there are so many isekais that are coming out. Now it's going to be even easier to tell which ones are the good ones. Basically, it's like the ones that do things differently are the ones that are going to stand out, as you say. But not just that, they have to also be a good story. Because, don't get me wrong, I don't know what it is, a reincarnated as vending machine, but that clearly wasn't rated well. I don't know what it was. I did watch Reincarnated as a sword. That was interesting. Why? Because it's your sword, but it was through the eyes of the person who's the wielder, right? So that's why it was like an interesting sort of point of view. The story was somewhat okay as well. So you put those two together, it could be a somewhat decent show. Is it going to stand out when you put it next to my personal favorite slime? No. Mushoku Tensei? No. But it's still something that at least does something different. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. For sure. They're the ones that are like, I wouldn't say diamonds in the rough, but I'll say like earning your keep.
Exactly.
Yeah. For sure.
All right. So, we talked about the light novels. Are there any other gems that you want to call out? I have a list of isekai gems that I think are my personal favorites. You want me to list mine all first, or you want to...
You know what? I'll run through mine.
Okay, go right ahead. I'm right here.
Yojo Senki.
That's on my list, too.
We talked
That's
about
on
that.
my list, too. What are we talking
about? We talked
about
about that because that lady is crazy.
Crazy.
Well,
to be fair, that lady who's a man.
Is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yo, that is a show. If anybody were to ask for an isekai, and they were like rough around the edges, like my boy behind the camera right there, like I'd be like, yo,
watch that.
watch my Yoju Senki, because you gonna enjoy that shit right there. That's gonna be food for you.
Yes,
but keep going on your list.
I think Parallel World Pharmacy. It's the one where like a doctor, I believe, is reincarnated, and he
opens up a pharmacy.
Opens up his pharmacy, and he's able to like heal wounds and diseases, and he's also gifted the ability to detect what is wrong with a person through magic, I believe. So
okay,
I thought it
cool.
was
That's cool. That's a cool idea.
Good idea. Good concept. But what's another one? Oh, the one I'm a spider, so what?
Yeah, that's on my list as well. That's one of my favorites too. It's just so perfect. Why? Because it's comedic, but at the same time, this spider is killing people.
Yeah, this spider is literally murking people. I'm like,
and it's good too. Like the fighting, the choreography, the characters not like annoying me. It was actually interesting to watch, and it was a long show too when it first came out. I think it was like a 2024 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It was a very long show. I did want
the
main character to like interact with the people that she got transported, over with
a
little more. But
we're not going to see that until I'm assuming this coming season.
Yeah, this coming season,
or whenever it comes out. I'm not too sure. I have to check and see when it's coming next. But
yeah,
I was really looking forward to that. Yeah,
that was really good. I guess I'll also shout. I have like a lot here.
You have a long list? Oh,
a pretty long list, but
I only have like 10 on my list.
Okay, I'll do Gate.
Gate I have on my list too. I like Gate because it starts off in that world, like just human society, and then they get like invaded by, I think it was like medieval. Bless you, damn. Damn, that sneeze was extra heavy.
Okay,
you good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. But they get invaded, and it's medieval. I think it's medieval, like soldiers, dragons, monsters, like fantasy stuff, right?
Fantasy
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then he goes over to the other world, because he signs up for like the JSDF, like Japanese Defense Force or something like that, and they send him over to like a scouting mission.
Yeah.
And that's where he meets like all the people from over there, like Rory. Gotta love Rory. All right. What about let me give you this one, Eminence and Shadow.
Indeed.
Eminence and Shadow is probably one of the biggest surprises that I've seen in a while, in terms of isekais, besides Oshinoko. And yes, I said Oshinoko. Just to let y'all know that I said it again this episode. But yeah, I think that might be one of the biggest surprises for me in terms of isekais, because you have a character who's basically subverting all the tropes. He has some of them, but he's completely dodging the rest of them in a way. Like, he does not want to be, how do I say it, so-called out there. He doesn't want to be seen. He wants to be seen as something else, in a different light. He wants to be seen as Shadow, and not as I forgot what his name is. Sid?
Yeah,
Sid Kagano? Yeah, Sid. He doesn't want to be seen as Sid. He wants to play the fun fact of Sid being trash and Shadow being the alter ego that's just legendary. So that's why I love that anime so much. It's just completely different. I got another one here. No Game No Life. You got that on your list?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why?
The animation is crisp, absolutely out of this world. Um, it's very intriguing, like different games, and the only thing that sucks is probably not gonna get another season.
Nope, because of that lawsuit or whatever's going on with the plagiarism.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, but I really wish they were to do another season because I just love that show. Konosuba.
Yep.
Konosuba. Comedy, peak comedy. I think I like Konosuba because it also does something similar to along the lines of Eminence and Shadow, where it basically subverts all of those tropes, where the MC isn't necessarily overpowered. He is in his own way, but like not to the extent that we usually see in the other isekais that we normally watch.
Yeah.
He's on the weaker side, and he like literally steals people's panties. So I don't even know what I don't know what else to say about that. Also, the most recent season, this is one part that actually caught me off guard. It was really funny. You saw this recent season, right?
No, I didn't get the
Okay.
chance to.
Yo, all right. Damn, do I talk about it? I'm just gonna mention it real quick. There was this one scene where not Sid, what's his name? Kazuya?
Yeah.
Kazuya. He thought that he was going to get I think molested. Yeah, like legit. He was going to, yeah. And he ended up going into this room with this dude who's like, I think he's gay. And he wanted pictures.
Huh?
Yeah, he wanted to take pictures of him like in an outfit. And that part got me so weak. I actually had to pause and like think for a second. I was like, wow, they really put this in here.
It's like, yeah, go ahead, squat down for me, okay?
It's
What is going on?
nah, but you gotta watch it because that shit was funny. Konosuba never fails to crack me up, honestly.
Okay.
And I love darkness, so you know that.
Yeah.
We already talked about the wrong way to use healing magic, so we don't have to mention that. I already said Moonlit Fantasy, and I do have that on my list because I think that's a good one.
The one where he gets reincarnated, the assassin gets reincarnated as an aristocrat.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. I like that one.
I like that one.
That's a good one. There's another one that I like where it's a little bit different from the casual isekai, where it's more along the lines of somebody who is a realist. I think that's what it's called, like a realist hero builds the kingdom or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. You remember that one?
I remember that one. Yeah, I remember.
I thought that one was cool because you get to see like a lot of the political aspects of the world, and that's what I like about animes like that, the world building. So you got to see a lot of that world building as he was developing as a character and like making the kingdom better, help it flourish. So I like that one a lot.
Okay.
And I think that's it because you named a lot on my list already. I already had Slime on here, obviously, and got to talk about that one. And you already talked about Spider. What else is missing from your list that we didn't talk about?
From my list, that's good.
That's good, I guess. Yeah.
Probably Cautious Hero.
Cautious Hero was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
I thought that was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
That whole the goddess, right?
Yeah, the goddess, and it's like, oh yeah, I've come here to basically give you powers, and then you should like me. And he's like, get away from me. Literally like kicks her every time. I'm like, yo, whoa, where's this coming from, my guy?
There was this one angle too. I forgot. I remember. Wait, what was happening? I think they were flying, right? And she was flying at him. And if you pause at the right moment, you literally see like her face. Like,
huh?
Not, I swear to God. I'm telling you.
Why do you know this?
Because it happened.
Why do you know this, bro? Why do you have this?
That wasn't me pausing every single frame trying to see if I could find the right angle for.
Oh, okay. He's like, I have 15 minutes and 26 seconds.
I think he actually calls it out too, like in the show, but I completely forgot what it was. But that was funny. Oh, you know what I forgot? There was the one where the guy gets reincarnated and he's a kid and he brings up his slimes. Yeah, and he has like slimes for laundry, slimes for watering, slimes for he had slimes for practically everything. I forgot which one it was called. That one was a cool one in the first season, but the second season I think dropped the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but I like that one. I thought it was cool.
Okay.
But yeah. All right, back to your list.
I'm not really sure. Like, there's a lot of them I have that are just pretty
Generic?
Yeah, like there's Maggie's grandson. Yeah,
Oh
Maggie's
yeah, I
grandson.
remember that one.
There's, I guess you can say, Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun.
Yeah, that counts. I wouldn't. I'd say that's a pretty good one actually. That's a good one. I haven't seen the other seasons though. I know it's like 3 seasons
I think there's
or 4.
4 now.
4?
I think 4 now.
Yeah, but I only saw the
sure.
first. I only saw the first season. I need to go back and finish watching the rest of them.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. What else you got?
I also have the one we mentioned before when we talked about the new seasons, the new animes coming out.
Mhm.
Sere Genosofi.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started watching the new season for that.
Yeah.
It's moderately okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Like the ones that are on the list, even
It's like
they're moderate. It's not
okay.
like heavy hitters or anything. You know.
Yeah. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. I think I mentioned everything.
I think I already even talked about Mushoku Tensei, but that's like literally high on my list.
Yeah, I mentioned everything.
And yeah, I think that's about it. So let me ask you this question: do you think that the genre of isekai is going to die out? And I don't mean die out by like disappear completely. I mean like die down in terms of the hype that is behind it. Because as you can see here with the conversation, the hype has brought about a wave of isekais that seem to have finally come down a little bit, but they're still clearly coming at a fast rate. So, what do you think about that?
I think it's not that it's going to speed up more. Like it's going to stabilize a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think it will run out of content because there's always going to be content to make. You know, a lot of things that happen like within fantasy, within even real life, can somehow get translated into an anime. So I kind of see it as endless potential. Not endless, but
No, it's there.
It's there. You got like a well. You have a well of potential.
I just want to see some innovation. That's about it for me. Innovation, I think, will continue to keep that genre growing. I just don't release as many as they were releasing before. I don't think we need that many isekais. I think there's like a sweet spot of isekais that should be released, and I really don't think there should be that many.
Quality, but, not quantity.
That's just stories. People tell stories. Stories are derived from stories that we already told before, so I can see where it comes from. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for our isekai talk. Did you want to mention anything else?
No, that's about it, man. We've touched every note.
All right, it's cooking. It's cooking. Those of y'all in the comment section, list off your favorite isekais. We want to hear them. We want to know them. And yeah, let's move on to the trivia for today. Anime intervention trivia, multiple choice. We got it back from last session. I like the multiple choice, so we're bringing it back. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, sure. So my first question: how did Rimuru? Sorry, I botched the hell out of his name. How did Rimuru die his first time? But then he ended up getting reincarnated. How did he die originally?
Oh, you know what's crazy? This is my anime too. I can't even know if I remember this. Go ahead.
A. Shokun. B. He got stabbed. C. Shot. Or D. He drowned.
I think it was A. Chokun. Really? He got stabbed?
He got stabbed.
Oh,
He got stabbed and he bled to death, I believe. And then he was like, just erase everything off my computer.
Oh, shit.
Do you remember that?
I don't even deserve to wear this cap anymore.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Take it away. Toss it.
Give me that cap, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. It's A? I mean, it's B? Damn.
Yeah, because I believe he jumped in front of his junior, or the guy who's mentoring.
Oh, yeah.
To
protect
block,
it. Yeah, to block it. Oh, yeah. Damn. That's crazy. I really missed it.
It's been a while for you. Bro.
To be fair, yeah, I haven't rewatched it in a bit. I've been just reading and reading. Damn, that's crazy. All right, let me hit you with this one.
Okay.
In One Piece,
Oh.
what is the name of Zoro's three-sword fighting style? Is it A, Yontoryu, B, Nitoryu, C, Shigoryu, or D. Santorio?
Santorio.
That is correct.
Santorio.
D. Santorio.
I'm about that life.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Let's go. All right. I got question number 2 over here for you. What is the superhero name of the hero Kirishima idolizes?
Oh boy.
Is it A, Crimson Riot, B, Chaos Riot, C, Red Riot, or D, Violet Riot?
I'm gonna say C. Red Riot. It's probably is A, isn't it?
It's A.
Damn it!
It's Crimson Riot.
Crimson Riot.
Like now, Red Riot is the name.
I think
his.
Oh, that's what it was.
His
I got
name.
confused.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
That was a good one. That was a good catch.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good thinking. That's good thinking. L. Damn. That's 2 wrong in a row. That's not cool.
Sorry.
Okay, this is an easy one. This should not be hard for you at all. In Full Metal Alchemist, what is the first law of alchemy? Because there are laws of alchemy, right? A. Law of transmutation. B. Law of equivalent exchange. C. Law of conservation. Or D. Law of transformation.
Let me get that equivalent exchange.
That is correct.
You know what I'm saying?
That is correct.
Yeah. I like it.
Next.
Next we have a question about fairy tale.
Okay.
Which fairy tale character did a painting on the guild members with an emphasis on Natsu riding a dragon?
Okay.
Is it A, Ritas, B, Elfman, C, Wakaba, or D, Lizana? I want you to think of
This is a tough question.
Hey, think about it. Think about it for a minute. Think about the characters specifically.
Riding a dragon.
I remember this episode specifically. It's a backstory episode.
I'm going to say... Damn, this is tough. Is it Lizana?
No, it is not Luzana. It is Ritas.
Is Ritas?
He paid his magic.
Well, that's true. He does paint. I was going to say Ritas, but I thought everybody was painting that episode.
No. Everyone wasn't painting that episode. That episode, it was when Natsu found the egg where Happy was in.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
And he thought it was a dragon egg. And they were taking care of it, and they were playing like a little house, him and Lozana. And then you had, what's his name? I'm out here forgetting, like,
Yo.
Your boy, Gildarts, when he came over, when he like visited the guild here and there, and they saw them, they were taking care of that egg, and then Happy came about, and
yeah.
He thought it was
I'm
a dragon
catching that
egg, but it's
episode.
not. Yeah.
God damn, that's 3 L's in a row.
You gotta tee up for this last one. You gotta get it.
Oh jeez. All right, in Darling in the Franxx,
Oh,
what race is 02? Is it A, Klaxosaur, B, Vlaxosapien, C, Marxosaur, or D, a dinosaur?
I'm gonna have to go with now joke. Let's go A.
A, Klaxosaur. That is correct. Did you remember that?
No.
Listen, I guessed that.
I guessed that.
Yo, that's good.
Oh,
All right.
Lord. My last one.
Okay.
This is about Gate.
Okay.
How old is Rory Mercury? Yeah,
Okay.
that
All
Demi
right.
goddess.
All right.
A, 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
B, 1,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
C, 847 years old. Or D, 941 years old.
I'm gonna go with D, 941 years old.
You are correct.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
You know why? I was like, I remember her saying number 9, so I'm just gonna go with the 9 one.
Yeah.
That was a good guess. That was good.
Good guess. Good guess.
Damn. That was actually a tough question.
I know. I was trying.
Isn't what's his name 34?
I think he's
I
in
think
his like 30s.
He's in his 30s. Yeah.
He's in his 30s.
Okay, all right. At least I got one W. All right, that's all that matters. Okay, next question. In Toradora, what nickname does Taiga Isuka, have due to her small stature and fiery personality?
Shoot.
Is it A, Tiny Tornado, B, Pocket Rocket, C, Mini Dragon, or D, Palm Top Tiger?
D, Palm Top Tiger.
That's correct.
Let's go. Let's get
Nothing
it.
but W's today.
Let's get it,
I
man.
like it.
Hey, listen.
That is correct.
Listen, I had to go deep in my mind. Like, my mind doesn't even
I'm not
work.
going to lie to you. Those questions were pretty tough.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was very tough.
Damn.
Very tough.
That's an L for Jesus Christ. I can't believe I botched that fairy tale one. And then the slime one too. Damn.
Yeah.
Can't believe I botched that one.
Darn.
That was actually a tough. I knew you were going to get me on that one too, because it was like, I don't even remember how he died.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember how he died. Like, all I can remember is like everything that happens from when he turns into a slime and after. I don't even remember how he died. Because you know why? Because he doesn't seem to carry as much resentment for who killed him. I don't know if you noticed that throughout the story. Like, he doesn't even mention it. I don't think he mentions it ever.
He really does. He rarely mentions.
He does not mention it. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. All right. That's it for the game. So let me ask you before we close out for today. What have you been watching recently?
I've been watching. There's one new anime about some maid taking care of some high schooler, I believe. She's like very tall in stature and has like blackish hair, I think. And then there's like not the MC, but like the boy is blondish hair, blondish orange hair, and he basically hires her as a maid, and she was a former assassin. So I'm gonna see where it goes. I'm hoping that it builds up a little more. So right now it's like it's like watching just to pass the time. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. We've been doing that. I've been watching Dandadan and Boku no Hero Academy.
New season? Well, the season that just finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, same thing as, well, not same thing as you, but like, I've been keeping up with a lot of the anime that we've been seeing this season. I got Bleach on my list. I've been watching that. I got, Is It Wrong to Pick Up the Girls in the Dungeon? Dandadan, obviously. I did not start Uzumaki yet. I'm hearing some bad information about that. I have no idea why. It's weird. But, then we got,
Blue Box.
I did not start watching Blue Box yet.
Oh, you didn't want... Oh, okay.
Not yet. I do want to start that, though. I'm watching Blue Lock.
Blue Lock,
Blue
yeah.
Lock.
So
So Blue Box. We're going to get to that. And there's a few others that I think I had one episode for, but I think that's about it. So.
Okay.
But yeah. All good?
All good, man.
All right. That's the episode for today. Reminder, y'all, like and subscribe. List off any isekai that you enjoy or love or, just want to talk about, and we'll comment, we'll reply, and we'll talk more about it later.
Indeed.
Next episode, my friend.